This is the final video in the set of 5 on naming compounds, and in this case, I've actually mixed up both ionic and molecular compounds, and I'm going to ask you to name them. So let's look at the table. What I would suggest is pausing the video and actually allowing yourself time to process and write down either the name or formula, whichever one's blank. And then when you've done that, you can continue the rest of the video. Okay, so hopefully you have answers, and we're going to get what those are and talk about why they are what they are. So the first one is magnesium sulfide. The very first thing that you're always going to want to do is look and say, okay, magnesium doesn't have any Roman numerals, so it must have a constant charge. The actual constant charge on magnesium is Mg plus 2, and sulfide is just sulfur because it's IDE, and it's S minus 2, so I put those together and I get MgS. Now I have aluminum oxide. Over here is the answer, based on the fact that Al2O3 has aluminum, which has a constant charge of Al plus 3, and oxygen, which has a constant charge of minus 2. So I put those together and I end up with aluminum oxide. Because aluminum is in that set of 5 things, group 1, group 2, aluminum, zinc, or silver, it doesn't need a Roman numeral. So the next one was iron 3 hydroxide. They gave you that iron was Fe plus 3, and you had to know that hydroxide, being a polyatomic ion, is OH minus. So here's one where you might get a little bit tripped up. So the next one is BCl3. There are no ions involved at all because both of these are nonmetals. So you can look back at video 4, and video 4 says don't fight the system. All you have to do is name it as what it says. So boron tri for 3 chloride. The next one is Na2S. Na is a group 1 metal. Because it's a group 1 metal, that means I don't need to name it with a Roman numeral, and then I have sulfur again, so sulfide, sodium sulfide. Now I have silver oxide. It's, again, silver, so Ag is in group 1, group 2, aluminum, zinc, or silver, so it has a charge of plus 1, and oxygen has a charge of minus 2 always. So I put them together and I end up with Ag2 as a subscript. Oh, just make sure you're using those numbers as subscripts. Okay, so sodium nitrate. So sodium is coming from the fact that Na always has a charge of plus 1. Because sodium is in group 1, and if it were in group 1, group 2, aluminum, zinc, or silver, you'll notice that there's no Roman numeral. Alright, then the last one is disulfur, so sulfur with a 2, and pentafluoride, F with a 5. Again, don't fight the system on these, just do exactly what they tell you to write. Hopefully this is a good set of tips. There are about a gazillion worksheets out there on the internet that you can look at to find examples. So I hope this at least helps out, and feel free to comment or leave questions in the section at the bottom. Thanks.